Hello everyone, I welcome you all in my YouTube channel. Friends, nowadays it is quite natural that everyone wants to learn English language because it is definitely repeated language and spoken all over the world. And that's why everyone wish to learn it. So, I have come with a solution today that how can you learn English very easy way? Because I have come with a topic which is known to be the base of English language. Yes, I'm talking about tense and its forms. Because as a junior college teacher, it's my personal experience that if you are comfortable with tense or its forms, so definitely you are able to understand or speak English very well. Everyone knows that tenses are of three types: present, past, and future. But including all their subtense forms, we have total 12 tenses to learn. It is my promise to everyone that after watching this video, your all doubts regarding tense and its forms will be clear because I am going to use all the tense form in their negative sentences and also in questions. So, just you also promise me that you will watch every video till end so that you will understand properly. And if you like my videos, so please like it and share as much as you can to your friends, and also subscribe my channel for upcoming notifications. This video is not only useful for students but also everyone who wish to learn English and who wish to speak English. So, without wasting time, let's start with the first form of tense, which is present tense, and in which we are going to learn simple present tense. Before we start, just observe the diagram of present tense. The diagram shows the four subtenses of present, which are simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. And out of four, we are first going to start with simple present tense. For your kind information, I would like to say that every tense form has a particular structure. As I have given here, the structure for simple present is subject plus base verb into bracket es or es plus object. Let me explain the structure first. Here subject means doer of action, means who does the action in a sentence. It can be noun or pronoun. Okay. After subject you have to use base verb, means base form of verb. That is verb first form. For example, go is the base form of verb, went is second form, gone is verb third form, means past participle, and going with ing it is verb fourth form. So this way verb has such a different forms. So here in simple present you have to use base form of verb like go, play, run, sit, etc. After base verb you have to use es or es suffix, but look at, I have put es or es in bracket. Actually they are suffix and we do not use them all the time. We use yes or es suffix only in simple present and when particularly the subject is singular. And finally, after base verb, you have to use object in the sentence. Let's study more clearly how to use yes or es suffix in sentences. Now, observe this table very carefully. Use of yes or es in simple present. In this table, at the left column, I have given all the subjects like I, you, we, they, he, she, it, Mayur. These all are subjects. And at the right column, I have given verbs like walk, run, speak, and sail. And at downside, I have given the same verbs with yes suffix. The information we get from the table is if the subject is I, you, we, they, or any kind of a plural subject, so the verb will not take any yes or es suffix like I walk, you walk, we walk, they walk. In the same way, I run, you run, they run, we run. Not only we and they, if you use any plural subject like my friends, my parents, my teachers. So, with all these plural subjects, we do not use yes or es suffix to the verb. Now look at the next four subjects like he, she, it, and Mayur. Actually, these all are singular subjects, and when I use such a singular subject, so look at every verb is taking yes or yes suffix. Like walk convert into walks, run into runs, speak into speaks, and sail into sails. So, whenever your subject will be singular, like he, she, it, Mayur, Ram, or any name, the verb will take yes or es suffix in simple present tense. Let's have more examples of simple present tense. First example, they know my address very well. Second example, he knows my address very well. And third example, Rohit needs some rice. Now look at all the examples. In the first example, they is subject and know is the base form of verb and my address is object. Now let me tell you how to identify object in the sentence. Just simply ask question to the main verb with what. For example, they know, but what they know? So the answer that we get my address. That's why my address in the sentence is object. In the first example, we did not use any yes or es suffix to the verb know because look at the subject is they and it is plural subject. Now, in second example, he is subject, knows its main verb and my address is object. But now look at carefully in the second example. The verb know converts into knows, and the reason is very easy because we have the subject he and he is singular subject this time. That's why we use es or es suffix when the subject is singular. Same with the third example. Rohit is singular subject. That's why the main verb need is taking yes suffix and it become needs. That's why Rohit needs some rice and some rice in the sentence is object. For example, Rohit needs, but what does Rohit need? Some rice. That's why some rice is the object of the sentence. I hope you all are enjoying this video very much. Now let's see the uses of simple present tense. Simple present tense is used to talk about habits and regular actions. For example, I brush my teeth daily. And next example, he goes for a morning walk every day. These both examples are showing habits and regular actions. Now, the next use of simple present tense. Simple present tense is also used to express facts and general truths. Let's have some examples of it. First example, the earth moves around the sun. Next example, deserts are hot and dry. These both examples are expressing facts and general truths. Now, the next use of simple present tense. Simple present tense is also used to express a future event that is part of a fixed timetable. It means in simple present you can talk about future events, but the condition is that event will be the part of fixed timetable. Let's have some examples. First example, the train leaves at noon. And second example, the match begins tomorrow. In the both examples here, the action of leaving train and the action of beginning the match are of future events, but their timetable is fixed. So these are the major uses of simple present tense. So far in this video we use simple present in statement. Now let's see how to use simple present in negative sentences. It is quite easy to make simple present negative sentences. You have to just follow the following structure, which is subject plus do slash does. Means you have to use either do or does plus not as it is negative sentence. then plus base verb form means verb first form, and then plus object. Here, in this structure, do and does are helping verbs. Means after subject, you have to use either do not or does not. Now, let me tell you how to use do or does with subjects. If in a sentence at subject place you have I, you, and any plural subject like we, they, people, my parents, my friends, etc., you will use do not with them. And if at subject place you have he, she, it, or any singular subject, even a name of any person, so you will simply use does not with such subjects. Okay, let's have some examples of negative sentences. First example, I do not know his name. Second example, they do not play cricket. And third example, he does not buy new books. Now, as you can see, in the first sentence, the subject is I, and with I, look at, we use do not. And after do not, we use no, which is base form of verb, and then his name is the object of the sentence. In second example, the subject is they, which is plural subject. They means more than two people. That's why again we use do not. You can see in the structure and the rules above. And after do not, we use play as the base form of verb, and then cricket is object in the sentence. Now see the example number 3. In the third example, I use he as a subject and he is singular subject. So with singular subject, I use does not, and after does not, I use buy, which is the base form of verb, means to purchase something, and then new books is the object of the sentence. This way, we have to make negative sentences of simple present by using the structure given above, and you can note down the structure of simple present negative as well as the rules of using do and does in the sentence. You can also make your own sentences like I have given here so that you will get the proper command over such structures. Now, let's move forward and see how to use simple present in interrogative sentences. Interrogative sentence means nothing but the questions. Now, there are two types of interrogative sentences, means two types of questions are there. Those are WH question and verbal questions. Always keep in mind that WH question starts with WH words like what, where, which, when, why, how, etc. And verbal questions always starts with helping verbs. Now let's first use simple present tense in WH questions. Look at, I have given structure for making WH questions as well. The structure is WH word plus do slash does plus subject plus verb first form means base verb. Means you have to use WH word first, then do or does any one of them, and then plus subject, and your do or does will depend over your subject. Plus you have verb first form means base verb, and after that the remaining sentence will be there, and finally question mark. Okay, let's use this structure in some examples. First example, what do you want? Second example, where do they go every Sunday? And the third example, why does she cry? Now, see carefully that every question is starting with WH words like what, where, and why. And after WH words, I use either do or does. In first two questions, I use do continuously because in the first example, I have you as a subject, and in second example, I have they as a subject. So if the subject is you and they, which is plural subject, so we use do in the sentence that we have already discussed before. In the third example, means third question, I use does because the subject is she and she is singular subject. That's why I use does in the third question. And after subjects, I have used base form of verb means verb first form in every question like want, go and cry. This way, you can make your own WH questions of simple present by using the structure given on the screen. And don't forget, we use such questions in our day-to-day life, but we do not use them in English, but we use them in our mother tongues. But this video will be helpful for you all to make such questions even in English language. Now, like WH questions, let's see how simple present is used in verbal questions. Let me tell you more about verbal questions. Verbal questions are also called yes no type questions because you can answer these questions by saying only yes or no. And these questions always starts with helping verbs. I think many of you have a question, what are helping verbs? So, let me answer this question as well. The verbs which help us to complete the sentence are known as helping verbs. Helping verbs are also called auxiliary verbs. Helping verbs are also of two types, primary helping verbs and modal helping verbs. Primary helping verbs are do, does, did, am, is, are, was, were, have, has, had, etc. And modal helping verbs are can, could, may, might, should, must, etc. So, any question which starts with such helping verbs is known as verbal question or yes no type question. But in simple present, we have to use only do and does helping verbs in verbal questions. Like WH question, verbal question also has a structure. The structure is do slash does plus subject plus verb first form means base form of verb, and then the remaining sentence of the question, and then finally the question will end with question mark. So I recently told you that verbal questions always begin with helping verbs and do, does are helping verbs. Okay, let's have some examples of verbal questions. First example, do they sell vegetable here? Second example, do you like this book? Third example, does Rohit sing a song? Okay, now you can see on the screen that every question is either starting with do or does. The first two questions are starting with do because the subject are they and you, and they is plural subject, and with they and you we use do helping verb. But in the third question I use subject Rohit, and Rohit is a singular subject, that's why here I use does helping verb. And after subjects I use base form of verbs in a question like sell, like and sing. And observe these questions carefully. You can answer these questions with only yes or no. Like, do they sell vegetable here? You can only reply with yes or no. You need not to say anything else. For second question, do you like this book? You can again reply with only yes or no for this question. So friends, today we started with simple present tense, and this is our start, in which we learn to make statements of simple present tense, to make negative sentences of simple present tense, and also the WH question and verbal questions of simple present tense. Within 2 days, I will upload my next video of present continuous tense, the second type of present tense, in which we will learn present continuous tense again deeply, like simple present tense. If you really enjoy my video, so please like it and share as much as you can to your friends, and also subscribe my channel so that you will get upcoming notifications of videos. Thank you for watching my video till end. See you very soon with my next video.